What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you don't know me, my name is Shane and this is The Shane Show. Alright guys, so in today's video I was going to get ready to clean the GTR. I wanted to share with you guys my story and how I went from being on food stamps and I've literally lost everything to being able to own, this GTR, my Cobalt, the truck, beautiful house, things like that. So I want to share with you guys the secret to my success. Alright guys, so I got everything moved, got the GTR in the middle of the garage. There's lots of bugs and stuff on it. I still haven't had a chance to clean it when I came back from California, but I wanted to get this wrap off too. On the mirror, it's starting to come up a little bit. This flap right here is starting to come off, so I wanted to take that off today. And while I was doing that, I just wanted to share with you guys my story, how I went from being on food stamps to being able to afford, the GTR. So first things first, I think we all come from different backgrounds, and I think that your situation of circumstances doesn't define you. I think that no matter what situation you're in, you are in control and you have the power to be able to get yourself out of that. You hear a lot of athletes and people talk about that, how they were motivated to get out of the circumstances that they were in. So I want to share with you guys how I was able to go from losing absolutely everything in my life to, being able to afford this and my houses and ultimately being somewhat financially successful. More about myself, I played basketball, my whole life. And, I was basically, that's all I did, eat, sleep, live, play basketball. Well, make a long story short, I wanted to play college basketball, and I ended up getting, right before I was supposed to play, a spinal cord tumor. For those of you that don't know what a spinal cord tumor is, it's basically a tumor that grows inside of your spinal cord. So I had to obviously get surgery right away and that kind of thing, and my basketball career was basically over overnight. It was over. And so I went to a whole bunch of doctors and got expert opinions and stuff like that. Ultimately, it was surgery, right? It was something that I could have ultimately ended up dying from. Alright, let's peel this part. It's coming up. So just for comparison real quick, I got the driver's side wrap off. That's what it looked like before. And then now, I think it looks a lot better just having the black mirror on there. We're going savage, right? It's got to be as black as can be. So I get diagnosed with this spinal cord tumor, right? And basically, I'm just devastated. I'm like, great, everything I worked hard for in my life. I was 22 years old at the time. Everything that I worked hard for in my life is just going to be gone, at this moment. And so it was really hard to swallow that, but I had a choice at that time. I could have let it negatively affect me, or I could have tried to look at the positive out of it and just say, whatever I get diagnosed with, I'm just going to end up just making the best of it. The mirror looks a lot better without having that wrap on it. It's actually paint. So alright, so I mentioned that, I had played sports my whole life, and, 22 years old, I get diagnosed with a spinal cord tumor, and basically what they got to do is they got to go inside my spinal cord and take the tumor out. So it was like an emergency situation. I had to get surgery. I think it was like within a week, because it was filling up my spinal cord. So something that completely happened out of my control in life that basically ended my basketball career overnight, something I worked for my entire life to try and play college basketball, and it was just gone. It was like trying to get with the emotions of that, and then also just trying to understand that, I just got to get better. Like, what do I need to do, right? So basically, I go in for surgery, and everything's going, well, and they were able to get most of the tumor out. They weren't able to get all of it, and so I basically right now am missing 8 pieces of my vertebrae. 'Cause what the doctors had to do is they had to go in and then they had to make incisions and they had to make a trough basically of my vertebrae and pull those out so they could get access into the spinal cord and get all that tumor out. When they were done and they were sewing me back together, I don't have anything else that was made in replacement for the vertebrae, so it's just all open there right now. So halfway through the surgery, there was like doctors telling like my family like, hey, we're not sure if he's going to be able to walk again for the rest of his life, and let alone even maybe breathe again for the rest of his life, because when you're messing with your spinal cord up here, a lot of respiratory is affected by it, and then down lower is where you start to lose your extremities, and so they weren't sure what was going to happen to me. So I'm in the hospital, I had my surgery, and halfway through they're telling my parents, hey, we're not sure your son's going to be able to walk again for the rest of his life, let alone maybe breathe again, because a lot of what would entail with my surgery, it was from basically the middle of my neck, or the top of my neck, down to like the middle of my spine. And so all that vertebrae had been removed, and when you mess with the top of your neck, that's a lot of your respiratory, so that's where they were concerned that you can be able to breathe. And then when you mess with kind of the lower part, that's where your extremities, kind of come into effect. And so halfway through, they're not sure what I'm going to be able to do. They weren't even sure when they took me off life support that I was going to be able to breathe on my own, right? Because when I was in surgery, I had a halo, I had things screwed into my head to hold my neck in, so when they were doing the surgery, everything looked right. Like I said, they cut through my vertebrae, took 8 pieces out of, 8 individual pieces out from each vertebrae. First thing I remember is waking up and then basically just seeing that, like, okay, I'm breathing on my own, and all that was going well, and then next thing I know, I'm in ICU for like 2 weeks and just trying to be able to eat, but I had to learn how to do everything all over again. I had to learn how to, eat on my own. I had to learn how to clothe myself. I had to learn how to bathe myself. I had to learn how to walk again. I had to learn how to do all these types of things. Something that happened completely out of my control. Every single day I could have woke up and just been negative about it and just had a completely bad attitude about it, but I made a choice every single day that I was going to be positive about something that happened completely out of my control and basically ruined my dreams of being a basketball player. Just every single day, motivated, positive. I had people coming in my hospital room that were, where they had to start kicking people out because I had that positive atmosphere around me, and so positivity goes such a long way. After my surgery, I basically was able to start walking again, like a little over a month out. Once I left the hospital, I was still not able to walk again, but I was able to feed myself and clothe myself and those types of things. But I wasn't able to walk, and so I had to do physical therapy for like a year. During this time, obviously I couldn't work, right? I had insurance. My surgery ended up costing over $250,000. And here I am, a 22-year-old kid. I didn't come from money or anything like that. And so I was like, man, what am I going to do? Like 250 grand, that's crazy. Fortunately, the insurance was able to cover that bill and I didn't have to pay a dime of any of that insurance. But I mean, you could imagine, right? If that would have happened, my life would have been like just paying for my surgery. Like, what do you do at that point? I still ended up having to, I lost everything. I lost, my job. I lost where I was living at the time. I had to move back in with the parents and basically be totally reliable on others in order, to get taken care of. And so 3 months after that, I was wakeboarding and everything was good. And then I ended up getting a job in manufacturing for medical devices. And so just want to let you guys know that no matter what happens to you in your life, how you react to it will determine the outcome. You can have all these negative things influence you, and if you let that affect you, it's going to bring you down. If you let it affect you negatively, if you let it affect you positively, and you can turn it into a positive. And so I've been able to share this story now with thousands of people, and I mean thousands of people, and I've been able to inspire others, just like I'm trying to do right now. I'm sharing my story with you guys, right? You guys, car people, that's why you're at this channel. You want to, how do I get into where you're at? How do I get to have a GTR? And I'm here to tell you guys, negative things are going to happen in your life, and it's what you do in those negative times that are going to determine the outcome. And so for me, I was constantly positive. I kept grinding. I was like, I'm going to get better. I'm going to do this. I'm going to keep pushing. Just have that mentality when you're, in your life, and every single thing that you do. You got to stay positive. You got to give it 110%, and then things will happen. And so for me, it was 10 years in the making for this. I mentioned that happened when I was 22. I did not get this GTR until I was 33 years old. And I think a lot of times now we feel so rushed. Like, the younger I gotta do stuff, and the younger I am, I gotta try and get above and beyond. I'm a big believer in dreams or goals without deadlines. If you guys do not set your goals if you guys do not set your goals for your dreams, and you don't have those concreted in, on Saturday, January 3rd, I'm going to do this, right? If you don't have that to look forward to, your dreams are just going to be dreams you're never going to be able to achieve, because you're not working towards something every single day. It's not going to happen overnight. And so when I lost my job and everything, guys, I was on food stamps. I had to go to the grocery store and try and figure out what it is that I could eat off of those $150, that I would get for the month, and just understand. I understand what it's like to come from nothing, and I understand what it's like to absolutely lose everything that you've achieved. And I'm here to tell you guys, if that's you, or even if it's not you, use that as motivation and understanding that you can choose where you want your life to be. You have that choice, no matter what your circumstance, or no matter what your upbringing, right? 22 years in my life, and then I lost everything and had to hit the reset button. So just understand that. If you guys want a GTR, if that's something that you want to do in life, and that's your goals and aspirations, or even another type of car, having that positive mindset every single day, waking up and just saying, I'm motivated, I'm going to do it, that's going to be what's going to get you to this point. And so the goal of this is not to have you guys be like, oh, I feel sorry for him, and all that stuff. My goal is not even really about myself. My goal is just to share with you guys and how I can inspire you to achieve the things that you want to achieve, and whatever that is, you can do that. And so for me, I wanted this since 2008 when they first came out. I was able to make that happen. And guys, I hope that this inspires you. If it does, please give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure to subscribe. I know this isn't super car related, but it is in the fact that if you guys want to achieve something in life, and for me, one of my goals in life was to own a GTR someday. I'm here to tell you that you can do that, and it's with a positive attitude and grinding away, looking for those opportunities and taking chances. And if you're not motivated and you're not driven, you need to find something that does motivate and drive you, no matter what it is. Just remember that whatever type of goal that you guys have, that you could do it. It starts with the right mindset. It's believing it into existence. It's also not only believing it into existence, but it's then just setting those goals and doing small things every single day to get to your goals. It's writing stuff down. It's staying positive. I cannot tell you guys and stress how important that is enough to be absolutely positive in every single situation and see the better in that situation. And you'll get out of your circumstance that you're in, and you'll be able to be where you want to be. So hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Check out video over here, a lot more car related videos. But again, I just did not want to miss this opportunity to share with you guys how I was able to get to where I am. And if this is you and I'm speaking to you and this is something that you want to do, just make it happen. All right, hope you guys, again, thumbs up, watch 2 videos, just like that. Shane Cho's out. Till next video, peace.